Was about the time that the Wright brothers got off the ground and into the air with their airplane.
Yes.
Do you recall, you're probably too young then to really remember that?
My first knowledge and real thought about airplanes was about 1914 or 15 at the old San Francisco Fairgrounds, which the grounds had, it was several blocks of solid lawn, and it was within walking distance of where I lived. And a man by the name of Art Smith used to fly in and out of there in a biplane that he had. And also another man by the name of Lincoln Beechey flew from there, both Art Smith and Lincoln Beechey. And my father and I were coming home from the San Francisco Seals ballpark, and we had walked from where we lived on Octavia in what you'd call the Marina District, just above it, straight over the hill and to the ballpark, because to take a streetcar, which we would have to do, we'd have to go way downtown and then come way back up and then go way out, whereas we could walk over about as and not do much more walking than we'd have to anyway. Well, as we were coming home, the ground raises as a hill in front of us, so we're looking up, and we can't help but see Lincoln Beechey as he's flying up there. And all of a sudden, he goes down, and he went all the way down. Then, where our vision was barred, he kept going. And so when we got up over the hill and down home, which was near, we found out that he had fallen. His plane had fallen, and as he fell, he went down near the docks at the foot of not Octavia, but a block or so over in the water of San Francisco Bay, and he hooked, his plane hooked on the anchor of the Army Transport Sumner.
Did he survive?
No, he would have, because the nose of his ship went down into the mud and stuck. And he drowned. He was not killed by the impact.
You grew up in San Francisco as a boy?
Well, I came to San Francisco when I was, let's see, about 5 or 6 years old.
I see. Now that wasn't too long after the great earthquake there.
The earthquake was around my birth date, around 1905 or 6, a year before I was born, right, or several months.
Were they still feeling the impact there? Were the people
No,
still
but you could
talking about it?
No, yeah, they were talking, and you could see damages that had occurred to the homes in various places. Next door to our home, family home at 644 2nd Avenue, the house there, a cottage, had been damaged, and the foundation was still left there in parts of the house. And on Van Ness Avenue at St. Bridget's Church, where I went to church, that's near Van Ness and Broadway, it's on the corner, you could see some effects in the street where it cracked open wide. Oh, the heir to the Austrian throne was assassinated, and then it has photographs here, principals in the tragedy of the dual empire.
Of course, that led to the beginning of World War I. What do you recall about that?
What happened, as I recall, there was the assassination, which was caused by a Serb, I believe, or somebody from Serbia.
Where were you at this time?
San Francisco.
How old? About 10 years old by then?
No.
A little younger.
Younger, yeah.
Did did you understand what was going on? Did your
Oh,
father had to
yes.
go fight, didn't he?
Yes, my father went overseas. We came down here to San Diego when we went in. He came down here and opened Camp Kearney and then went overseas. That's when we went in.
Did your dad write you letters?
Oh yes, we didn't hear, my mother didn't get any allotment, and we didn't hear from my father or anybody or anything for over 5 months. And it was very, very difficult. My mother, I didn't know what you called it then, was going or getting into the menopause, I guess, which probably had been hastened and aggravated by the stress. And we were moved down here. Pop opened Camp Kearney, went across the country picking up.
Was it Camp Kearney or Camp Kearney?
Pronounce it as you'd like. They
But
called
that's
it
the
Camp
same
Kearney at
as
that
Kearney
time.
Mesa.
Yes,
Same fellow.
yes.
What was his name?
Same thing.
Stephen Watts Kearney?
Yes. And my dad opened that place. And there's a family here that were wholesale grocers, not held. There was a councilman, I forget, it was across the street from me,
Now, what was your dad's rank at that time?
captain. He had come up from the ranks. And, but he was treated as a colonel, same as Eberwald. The army was only 25,000, the regular army.
Where did you and your mother live while he was away?
We lived in, well, what happened was he moved us down here to San Diego, and we lived at 2330 First Street in a flat. The upstairs
Army
story.
housing?
No, it was owned by Claude Woolman, an undertaker.
You wouldn't remember how much the rent was.